before you analyze your data, there's something you need to do first. Clean it, right? Yeah, so I'm going to be explaining the key differences between data cleaning and data analysis. Many people think data analysis means data cleaning. It's a total different thing, right? So data cleaning has to do with you preparing your data to make it trustworthy. If you do not clean your data, then how sure are you that whatever dashboard you're building, whatever report you're creating is trustworthy, right? That's what data cleaning is. Data cleaning has to do with you preparing your data to make it trustworthy for analysis. It's totally different, yeah. So let's say, for example, you want to cook, you want to prepare a meal for you to eat. Before going to the kitchen to start cooking, and let's say that kitchen is really messy, what do you do first? You want to prepare your area before you start cooking, because you want to cut your leaves, you want to prepare your meat, sauce, you want to, probably blend the tomatoes, and that kitchen is really in a mess. And dirty dishes everywhere. What do you do first? You first of all prepare your area before you start cooking. You first of all tidy up your kitchen before cooking. That is what data cleaning is. So data cleaning means tidying up your data, removing every errors, every outliers, every inconsistency. You want to make sure that you're fixing every data type, the different columns are in the right data types. You want to make sure that outliers are dealt with. You want to fill up missing cells. Either you're going to be using your average or your median way to sort that out. You also want to make sure that duplicates are dealt with, right? And then mapping issues. You want to fix every mapping issues in your data. So that's what data cleaning is. Data cleaning means I want to tidy up my data. I want to prep it, so that it will be trustworthy, so that whatever dashboard or whatever report I am building with that data is 100% accurate. If you do not clean your data, yes, you can build your dashboard, but that dashboard will not be what 100% accurate. That dashboard is going to be totally false. Yeah. So before analyzing your data, you do what we call data cleaning. Now, what's the difference between data cleaning and data analysis? Just like the meal example that I gave, you have prepped your kitchen. You have tidied your space, your kitchen space. You want to start cooking. You're finished cleaning your kitchen. Now you want to boil your meat. You want to blend your tomatoes. You want to, put your tomatoes on fire so that the water dries up. That is what data analysis is now. You're finished prepping. Now you're now asking, what do I do first? Do I boil my meat first? Do I wash the meat first? Do I boil it? Do I add salt, Maggi, pepper, onion? That is what data analysis is. Data analysis now is you asking, what am I going to be answering with this data? You asking all of this question is data analysis. Are you getting it? So you're asking, I want to see, are we making more money? Is revenue doing better? What is the customers' churn rate? Are we losing customers? Are we growing our customer base? What is our base right now as against last week? That is data analysis. Data analysis has to do with you asking the business questions, and then you're done asking these questions. You want to now use this data to pull out the information, to pull out the answers to this question. That is data analysis. Data analysis is answering business questions from your data. Data cleaning means prepping your data. It could be a messy data, but you have to first of all prep your data. Even if it's not a messy data, you want to go through your data to make sure that it is clean, right? So data cleaning is different from data analysis, right? That's why it's very important as a data analyst that we know that we have one of our skills is data cleaning. The first thing you want to do before you jump on any analysis, before you jump on building dashboard, the first thing you want to do is to clean your data. Alright, so if you're in an interview and they ask you for, what do you do with your data, the first thing you should say is data cleaning. I first of all want to understand my data. Clean the data, understanding it first, exploring the data, clean the data, and make sure it's ready for analysis. Are you getting it now? So data cleaning is quite different from data analysis. Data cleaning means tidying up. Data analysis means using that data now to pull out information. From this data, I've been able to see that last month we did better in sales. Revenue was higher last month than in the current month. What's the cause? From this same data, the cost of our revenue dropping is because we are losing customers. Why are we losing customers? From this same data, there's been a lot of complaints. Customers have been complaining about poor network, downtime, right? So data analysis has to do with you answering business questions using the clean data. Now you cannot analyze your data before cleaning, your data will not be accurate. So a good data analyst is one who cleans up their data first before jumping into analysis. Yeah, I know we are all, all in a fast lane to building a dashboard. It is really exciting. I think the most interesting part of being a data analyst is building really incredible dashboard. But first of all, before jumping into building that amazing dashboard, you really want to make sure that whatever you're analyzing is accurate. And how do you make sure of that? Is by cleaning your data, right? How do you clean your data? We all know the different steps we use. You want to check, look out for duplicates. Are they duplicates? How do you know they are duplicates? You're going to explore your data to know. You want to do data validation. Data validation has to do with you comparing values. By using different tools. You can use Excel, SQL. How many counts of rows do we have in SQL? How many counts of rows do we have in Excel? Do the numbers tally? If they don't tally, there's some issue, all right? Or you want to compare with Power BI. There's an issue if the numbers don't tally. Explore. You definitely know if they are duplicate. There's a part in Excel where you can check for duplicate results. If there are any duplicates, you press I think I'm going to have a screenshot of that. I'm going to add it to this video. You press the X, that is you removing duplicate from your data. Look at this account IDs. You can see that we have 1, we have 2. 2 appears again. We have 3 appears again. So let's take out the duplicates. How to remove duplicates the easiest way. So you want to highlight everything, right? And then you go to, should be in data. You go to data and you see this tiny thing here. This. You click on it. And then you see account IDs. To delete duplicate value, select one or more columns that contains duplicate. Yeah, so you want to clean account ID. You click on OK. So you can see now that we have removed 12 duplicate value out of 164 counts of everything that we have here. So now we have 28 unique values. So this is basically how you remove duplicates. And here you go, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 28. So we have successfully removed duplicates. Now the next thing you want to do in your data cleaning is making sure that the columns are there in the right data types. You want to make sure that date is in the data type and not in text. You want to make sure that customers ID, anything relating to IDs, are in text data type. You want to make sure that quantities are in number data type, and then you want to make sure that countries, the countries that you have in your country column, do they have any mapping issue, right? So first of all, you need to do your data cleaning. So understand what data cleaning is. What are the steps you need to take in data cleaning? Okay, yeah. So that's basically it. In the order that matters, right? You clean, you analyze, you visualize, and you communicate your insight. These are the steps involved. You clean your data, you analyze, you visualize. Your visualization has to do with you building your dashboard. You visualize and you communicate your insights. Data cleaning means making my data trustworthy, and data analysis means using that trustworthy data to find insights. That's the basic differences between what data cleaning is and what data analysis is. So don't rush to create or build charts. Okay, when you receive the data set, sit down, relax, explore the data. Don't be in a haste. Don't be in a rush. Explore your data. Do your data cleaning first. Record yourself when you do it. Record your screen. How you do your data cleaning. Record that out, and then when you're done, everything is validated. Numbers are correct. You've removed duplicates. There's no inconsistencies. There's no, some names are not spelled in upper cases and some in lower cases. You'll fix every outliers, right? You'll fill up every empty cell, either using median, average, right, or median or average formula. Then you can now jump into analysis, finding out the whys. What is happening here? What is the cause? And then what? Explain, communicate your insight. These are the steps involved in data analytics. I hope you find this helpful. Angie here, founder of Data Analytics with Angie. I teach beginners data analytics, and yeah, you can follow me on YouTube, Data Analytics with Angie, on IG, Data Analytics with Angie, on TikTok, Data Analytics with Angie, and here on LinkedIn, Angela Oga. I'm on Facebook, Angela Oga. I am going to be seeing you in the next next video where I'll be explaining concepts, terms, terminologies we use in data analytics. Until the next video, bye.